What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with another morning recap on this beautiful Friday, April 7th, 2023. And of course, on top of that, it is Good Friday. One of the most important days in the Christian faith. As many of you know, Good Friday is the day Jesus got crucified on the cross. So it's a fairly important day. Now, we're not going to exactly talk about it today because, quite frankly, that's not the point of this channel, but we are going to have a special live stream at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, kind of celebrating Good Friday. It's one of the most important days of the year. We're going to have a chill stream later. Again, links in the description down below. Click the notification button so the second you get notified, the live stream, you will get notified that, hey, the live stream's starting. So we're going to have a chill stream celebrating Good Friday on one of the most important days of the year. So yeah, I hope everybody tunes in for that. Now, before we continue with today's morning recap, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. In particular, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. Come on, guys. Let's boost these numbers up. These are freaking rookie numbers. And also go follow Kelvin Coolidge Project on Twitter. He helps in the creation of these morning recaps. Without him, these morning recaps are probably, well, impossible. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American Politics, which is a phenomenal deal as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. And one more thing before we continue. I want to try something a bit different. You know, as everybody probably knows, I have a Rumble account, though I don't use it. I'm planning on starting to post, maybe 1-2 exclusive videos a week on Rumble for controversial topics that wouldn't fly on YouTube. So, in the description down below, there's a link to the Rumble account. Go follow it because I may try something. If you guys like Rumble more, just let me know because I may post on it a bit more, some of the more controversial opinions that you're not supposed to have as a YouTuber. So, yeah. Alright, everybody, let's get in today's morning recap. So, arguably, the biggest development that happened came from the Tennessee House of Representatives. And I think everybody and their mother heard about what happened. So, the Tennessee GOP proves once again they don't give a shit. They're going to do what they gotta do to get shit done. The Tennessee GOP punishes 2 Democrats by throwing them out of the House of Representatives in the state of Tennessee. So 2 of them got expelled. Now, what exactly happened was they interrupted debate by leading protesters and call for stricter gun laws in the wake of the shooting that left 6 dead at a Christian school. So these losers tried to use the terrible shooting in Nashville, which, by the way, was a terrorist attack. Let's be real here. The guy did it, or it did it because it was a Christian school and it went against its ideology. That's a terrorist attack. Either way, they try to score political brownie points with this protest for stricter gun control, even though stricter gun control wouldn't have prevented the shooting. Either way, point is, 2 Democrats got thrown out. Justin Jones and Justin J. Pearson. They've been expelled. Now, they're probably going to get their seats back in a special election later in a couple months or so, but the fact remains they deserved it. Now, there was a 3rd Democrat, Gloria Johnson. Let me just say this right off the bat. People are making this sound like it's a racism thing because it was 2 black guys that got expelled, but the one white woman, she didn't. Now, from what I'm aware of, Justin Jones and Pearson, those 2 did the... From what I'm understanding, that those 2 were like the main cause of it, and Gloria Johnson may have been friends with one of the Republicans. I don't know. People are saying it's racism. It's like, not necessarily. Johnson fell just 1 vote short of being expelled. And if, she's going around saying this is a racist attack on them, then resign! Oh, if it's such a racist thing, why don't you just resign? You notice she will not do that. Either way, she fell one vote short of being expelled. Now, again, I don't know why she wasn't. I think it was Pearson and Jones. They actually did most of it, and she kind of just joined in. She wasn't as egregious. I don't know for sure, but people are saying this is a racism thing. It's like 2 people that voted for those 2, but they didn't vote for her. It could have been a multitude of reasons why. I don't know exactly, but we just got to see what happens. Now, I'm getting real sick of some of these people saying, oh, the Tennessee GOP went too far. Democrats have been trying to do this for years. They've been trying to do this crap in Congress for a couple of years now. Remember, they threatened to expel Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar for Gosar's case was a meme. It's like, these losers deserve to be expelled. I wish all 3 of them were, but 2 out of 3 got expelled for valid reasons. When you break the rules like they did, this wasn't like, they posted a meme outside of, on Twitter, they deserve to be expelled. No, they were interrupting debate as they led protesters, and arguably a riot almost happened outside the doors, but either way, it was a joke these clowns, tried to use a shooting as political brownie points. They basically incited a riot. I don't know why all 3 didn't get expelled, but either way, the Tennessee GOP shows, no, you do not allow these clowns an inch of breathing space. You beat them into oblivion. Do not let them do any of this crap. The second they break a rule, you're out. But again, they're probably going to be back in a couple weeks or so because they can run in the special election again. We just got to see what happens. So this was the biggest story of yesterday. So the second big story yesterday came out of the state of Florida. And, when these type of things happen, I lose more faith in humanity by the second. But as everybody knows, there is a lunatic in the Florida Democrat Party who's arguably the biggest conspiracy theorist in politics right now. The former Florida state employee, Rebecca Jones, who ran against Matt Gaetz, she lost by like 50. Point is, she is the biggest conspiracy theorist that ran in 2022. She ran in the fact that DeSantis, faked the death counts of COVID. Like, oh, there's actually, she basically said like millions of people died in Florida 2 years ago. Yeah, she's alleging that DeSantis, faked the numbers and there's actually 100-time higher death rate. And the fact that she got exposed quickly, people are saying, what the hell are you talking about? Well, she's an attention whore. And yesterday, she was back in national attention because she claimed that her son was kidnapped by the state. People were like, oh my gosh, her son was kidnapped by DeSantis? Well, people with 5 IQ points did 10 seconds of research, realized her son was not kidnapped. He was arrested for allegedly threatening his school. You heard that right. Her son was threatening to shoot up a school. I'm getting sick of Rebecca Jones. She's always been a lunatic, and now she's defending her son for threatening to do this to a school? I'm just getting sick of some of these people, and she's a conspiracy theorist. Let's be real. An actual one, not just, somebody that, overstates something. She's flat out a lunatic. And her son's, on antidepressants, and, this isn't normal for a kid in, middle school? To be on, 13 antidepressants? Or it was something like that, and he was threatening a school. It's just, you're a bad mother, and you use your kid for attention. Let's be real here. You're a lunatic. Your kid should be taken away because no child should be able to be on that many antidepressants that they allege. Threatening to do that to a school and have a stable household. As she ran for political office, she's a lunatic. The state of Florida has to take her kids away from her. She's a threat to them. She is crazy. But I don't think it's going to happen. She is just, she is just delusional. It's absurd that we have people in our society that are like this. But again, she's never going to be in political office. And you lose to Matt Gaetz by 50. Yeah, you're not going to have a political future. So NASCAR was in the news again yesterday, but not really for good things. Denny Hamlin, I guess you could say the NASCAR appeals panel upholds Denny Hamlin's penalties. So if you don't know what happened, I just heard about this. Denny Hamlin admitted that he intentionally wrecked Ross Chastain on the last lap of last year's race in Phoenix. Excuse me? You purposely wrecked someone else in the last lap of a race. He was fined $50,000 and 25 points. Jeez. Why? I don't get some of these drivers. Denny Hamlin, I've always been fine with him, but it's like, why would you purposely wreck somebody? I understand. I want to see fights in NASCAR. I want to see, what was like the 1977 Daytona where they're going 300 miles and they're just banging into each other a lot. But to purposely crash somebody just like that, it's like, no. Just no. I want to see fights, but that's pushing it way too far to purposely crash somebody. Either way, he got to punish that. Arguably, he should have got punished more because when you purposely try to wreck somebody like that, it could do a lot of harm to them. But luckily, nothing bad happened, and NASCAR has given him a punishment. So we finally got our first major candidate for the Missouri governor's race in 2024. The state Secretary of State Jay Ashcroft has just announced he will be running for the governorship. Good. He is a very solid Secretary of State. One of the best Secretary of States in the country. By far. He is somebody that you can know he will be a significant upgrade over the bozo we currently got in Missouri. And well, he was the best. You know, he got like 60% of the vote in 2020 in a state that Trump voted or won by like 15. He's very popular. He's very based on the issues. And he's all but got the Republican nomination for the governorship. He is overall a great candidate. And I hope we don't have some competitive primary where somebody that Mitch McConnell supports runs with a $500 million budget. It's like, stop it. Just let Ashcroft be the next governor of Missouri, and everybody's happy. He's just perfect. Or I should say perfect, but overall great on the issues, and would be a great governor for the state of Missouri. So once again, we had the Middle East in the news. What a surprise. Well, yesterday, Israel launched strikes into Lebanon and Gaza after a barrage of rockets fired across borders. So what happened was Lebanon, they fired rockets at Israel, then Israel fired back. Yeah, the Middle East having a conflict. How many times have we heard this in the past month? It's such a regular occurrence at this point. It's like I'm not really shocked. And I hope no civilians die from it, but I think a couple did, sadly. I don't know for sure. But we just got to see what happens. But this is like a weekly occurrence at this point where Israel's going to conflict with like Lebanon, or it's going to be like Jordan next week, or in 2 weeks to be Palestine for the 500th time in a day. Either way, the Middle East having conflict. When was the last time we didn't have conflict in the Middle East? You have to go back like 600 years at this point. It's always had war, instability, whatever in the Middle East. In particular, since we took out Saddam Hussein from Iraq. Again, the guy was a lunatic, but ever since we took him out, the Middle East even got more unstable. So it was a terrible decision. We should have never been in Iraq, and quite frankly, just destabilized the Middle East even further. But that's not really related to this. I'm just saying that this thing's always been happening, but recently we've been seeing them more and more. So the final development yesterday came from the United States Supreme Court. Man. I like Gorsuch. I'm fine with Kavanaugh. On Barrett. But come on. Supreme Court rejects West Virginia bid to enforce sports ban against transgender girl. Now, from what I'm aware of, there was a lawsuit about some transgender girl. It's like, first of all, no. You immediately have a problem if you're a 12-year-old's transgender. Immediately, that's a big red flag. That's bad parenting. If people are saying, oh, that's gender dystophia. It's just, no. Stop it. This isn't normal. But either way, they essentially denied to hear a lawsuit about this case. And I guess it was a procedural thing, so it's not like, transgender people are allowed to, compete in girls' sports. Exactly. It's just the lawsuit's still pending. The Supreme Court just won't hear it. But at some point, the Supreme Court's got to hear it, right? This is such a big issue and, quite frankly, would be a precedent-setting issue. Now, luckily, the two conservative justices, the two most conservative, Samuel Alito and, of course, Clarence Thomas, said they would have granted the application. Now, I'm just sick to my core that we got courts in America that should be conservative. They're just bending the knee to this crap. It's like, come on. I understand that Trump had a lot of appointments, but a lot of them have been good. A chunk of them has just been a disaster. And again, I'm not bashing him for it. It's just some of these judges that Trump did appoint, they've been a disappointment in some areas. But there's been a lot of good lower court justices that Trump appointed. But that's all, folks. That was the final development of yesterday. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.